You need to do something about that password.
And you need to calm down and have a drink.
I can't agree with you more. So, what's the occasion?
The launching of the primary V-Series. It happened just an hour ago.
Sorry I couldn't make it in time. I've been handling more work than I'm sure I didn't sign up for.
Happens to the best of us. It's just a shame there were so many setbacks, including the Area Prime incident.
Area Prime. If I wasn't getting paid to keep that name in mind, I'd have been sick of it by now. I guess you've been keeping up on it?
No, hardly had the time to. It's just a shame that we lost such young talents to it.
Well, I wouldn't say lost in the mortality form just yet. I've been comfortable with misplaced.
What do you mean?
The bodies are missing. There was a large tunnel about a 42-inch diameter that went from one end to what might have been ground zero for the ice anomaly. I can't tell if it's going in or coming out from the point. It just is.
Well, a tunnel doesn't just land in the middle of a dense object such as this. Then again, this is a world where blue hedgehogs run at blinding speed and lighter blue panthers can form ice glaciers on a whim.
Believe that. Speaking of her, personality-wise, she was kind of cute.
She had her quips, but so did Alex. They almost seemed like they could be identical in some ways.
You'd know better than me.
That reminds me, I have a confession to make. I've considered a few times making a slider of my own.
What? To do your own CCU work?
What else is there to do with it? I've always wanted to expand the team, especially since I couldn't deploy them to so many dramatic situations. But just think, a billionaire philanthropist who moonlights as an armored guardian of the peace.
I don't see it working. Maybe in comic books, but not you. You've got enough secrets as is. Plus, you're not exactly a private citizen.
Well, I could say he's my bodyguard.
Oh, shut up.
I'm kidding, man. I still have the rest of the team, which they seem to be at odds ever since Area Prime. Rightfully so, but I'm not concerned with that now. But come on, smile a little. Or did they force you to sign over your sense of humor as well?
No, it's just that I've been on edge lately. I've also been on detail concerning the scarred wings. They're still out there, so chances are so is their leader.
Alex had taken care of Estrella, but since then we've just been dealing with remnants.
I wish. You've been seeing the recent reports though, right?
Yes, I have. If you mean her newer cryptic messages. As for the other reports, the attacks are significantly less than before, but the idea was to take out the hearts so they'd all fall.
Not the case. She's still out there, taunting Gunn in the house. The office knows it, I'm sure.
I can tell. So what's the plan now?
Business as usual, I'm afraid. Learn of their happenings, roll with the punches, and pray for some relief from all of this. The house has considered an alternative.
Oh dear.
They've considered reopening the Acolyte project.
I was afraid you'd say that. Needless to say, with what happened with Alex, I'd rather not have anything to do with it.
Well, for the reasons that don't need to be said, they don't want you or anyone associating with them. Now, I warned you about Alex, and you're justified in having faith. But as long as I've known you, you're more of a science-fearing man. That alone should have raised a red flag.
You know nothing about me. I fear God as well, just in a way that's less advertised.
Fair enough. You still talk with Marlon?
Would you believe me if I said I was avoiding his calls? Once I told him that Alyssa was taking part in the trials to become a CCU member, he requested to have her win, regardless of her performance. He underestimated her. She'd have won without being bribed to. Still, it was like sealing partial responsibility of her life on me, so of course there's some concern there.
Considering that she wanted little to do with him because of how he is, and how he didn't want her around if she didn't want in on the family business.
In In some cases, it's a hell of a plight being a child. Some are the debatable mistake they brought into this world, but others can become the loving reminder of their time on this planet. It's why we life forms have continued to exist as long as we have, the desire to be immortalized by our creations, be they blood or by steel. And you just got here, too.
I can take a hint. Still, it's nice to get a free drink, even if it's miles away.
One of these days, I'll come to your place and expect such expensive hospitality.
Says the person with a considerable tax break every year.
Touché. See you around, Thomas.
How goes things?
As well as I'm allowed to make them without drawing attention to it. A little harder now that 2 core members of the unit are missing.
I know. I was the one who first told you hours after the fact.
Not in the detail that I deserved.
Let's not talk about what's deserved between the two of us. You want this world to be protected, as do I, but only so I can take it over. That's our deal, signed on your paper, so to speak.
So why did you call?
Just checking in on one of my favorite investments.
Acts like this are a waste of our time. You'd be wise not to anger the one person that's remotely assisting your madcap adventures.
Oh, boo-hoo, you twit. You really take me as someone who gives a damn about your feelings. The last time I ever dared showing mine, it concerned family members. Family that was murdered by men that you provide technology for. If anyone had the right to be infuriated, it's me! Instead, I look into the future. A world where you're still fighting the good fight, so long as that fight has little to do with me. Because, you see, if I go down, you're only going to cushion my fall. Yes, we both lose out on freedom, but I don't have the respect, admiration, and outright trust that you and your company have built for yourselves. So unless you're ready to die behind a cell-block door, you'd be wise to stay a company man for a very long time. By the way, this was the other reason I called. To make sure you still knew your place. Even silence means yes. Be seeing you.